You heard that? You know what that is? That's the bell because office hours are in session right now. Josh Tawad, Proud Principal of Memorial Pathway Academy in Garland ISD, Garland, USA, ready for this 20-minute problem solving show. So please let us know what you would do once the scenario, the scene is out there because you know what? A lot of people want to sit in the chair, but it ain't that easy because there's a lot of things that go on with that. What do you think about that, Dean?
Well, I'll tell you what I do think about it. I think it's time to rock and roll. This is what it's all about. Principal's office hours. Think about that. You toss something up in the air, we all throw it around, and we all get a little bit better. How about that? That's really cool. My name is Dean Packer. I'm the principal of Charlton Middle School in Charlton, Massachusetts, and we have a great cast here tonight, and we're really excited to be able to dig in and really see. I don't even know what Josh has got in store for us. Again, he's the surprise guy, so who knows? We're going to walk through this together. Josh, what do you think? Want to go around the table first and introduce each other?
Yeah, let's go around the table. Intros.
All right, who do you want to go first? Megan, you're up.
Hi, I'm Megan Wade. I'm an assistant principal at Woodstock High School in Woodstock, Georgia.
Well, welcome to the table. I love it. Who's next? Let's go, Ranesia.
Good evening. I'm Ranesia Davenport Edwards, Curriculum and Instruction Principal at Eisenhower in Houston, Texas. Aldine ISD. Honored to be here this evening.
Oh, well, thanks for joining us at the table. Outstanding. Micaela.
Hello, I'm Micaela Varela, principal at Ornado Middle School in El Paso, Texas.
And Micaela, it's not your first rodeo. Welcome back to the table. It's always good to have you. All right, Josh, throw it up. Let's have some fun.
High order thinking questions. I need you to tell me why or what's the deal. Ranisha, who is better? The Beatles or Led Zeppelin?
Neither.
Oh, no,
neither.
Man.
Oh, curveball, Josh.
Man, you have to pick.
Beyonce. No, just teasing. The Beatles.
Why the Beatles?
Hip hop, current music. I can at least dance to it.
All right. Micaela.
If I'm not a fan of either, I could just roll the dice and say Beatles.
All right. Megan?
I'm going to say Led Zeppelin. My husband and I have just gotten into vinyl, and nothing beats that. So.
All right. Hey, up there in the New England region, sir?
I'm going with the Beatles, although I do like Led Zeppelin. It reminds me of my junior high days at those dances, but nevertheless, I'm going to stick with the Beatles.
You're right. The answer is right. The Beatles. That is the right answer. All right. Let's go a little bit again now, Megan. Here we go. Think about it. Prince or Michael Jackson?
Oh, you may have stumped me with that one, but I'm going to say Michael Jackson. His music spans all times.
Ranisha?
Michael Jackson all day.
Dean Packard?
Michael Jackson.
Micaela?
MJ.
And I would like to tell you that you're all wrong. Prince is the best one. He played all his instruments. In his first album, he was signed since he was 17. That guy is the man. The purple one. The Paisley one is the man.
So come up with your answers, man. I got to find out your source.
Hey, let me tell you, that's what it's all about. It's the purple one. You're all wrong. Here we go.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's
get down. So join us if you're out there anywhere in the United States. These are actual scenarios that have happened to one of us, maybe all of us, maybe none of us. So I will read it for our fans who check us out. Here we go. These are actual events that have happened. Sometimes reality is crazier than fantasy. So here we go. Your school is playing in an away game, and you're the administrator in an away basketball game. Your school lost a close game. During the game, your school's parents are chaotic and yelling inappropriate things to each other, to the refs, and to their own players who make errors. As the fans are leaving, some parents tell you, hey, keep an eye out for these two sets of your parents. You follow and hear each set of parents yelling more at each other. You see more movement, pushing in the crowd, and some yell, no, stop. What do you do, Megan?
I have a question about why there was no intervention during the game, but definitely intervene at that point. We have a system in our district that we have like an emergency badge that if we're on any high school or middle school campus, we can push the badge and it immediately alerts authorities. I know that's unique and that might not be the case for everyone. So I think you have to intervene to see what's going on, and, see if there's the school that you're playing at, see if their administrators or their resource officers are around. Chances are for me, I'm going to need help. I'm 5'5". I look like one of the kids some days, even though I'm 41 years old. And especially if I'm at a basketball game and I've got my team gear on. So I'm going to seek out some help as I intervene to try and get everything under control. I think first question is, if there's, I'm going to make an assumption that there's something going on that shouldn't be and try to stop it. So my first question is, where is this coming from and how can we stop it?
Thank you. Ranesia, what would you like to add to that?
I think for me, before I react, I need to gather all my facts. Being fully present, trying to see what's going on, because as you know, sports are so competitive and emotions can be high. But as a leader, I must remain calm. I have a son with autism, so thank you for your grace. Remain calm. Check out the situation. Seek help. But I think first gather my facts and not overreact. And if I need assistance, gain assistance. But most times when you've built a relationship and you remain professional, you can resolve all things with support.
Mm-hmm.
Micaela, I know that doesn't happen on the West Side.
Oh. No, never. No, that's tough. And I think any situation like this is unpredictable. And so you don't know what's going to happen. And if what you think you're going to do to make an attempt to make things better might or might not help, I would think that, obviously we want everyone to be safe in a situation where, the adults are not under our supervision, but it is a school event. So I would, I want one of those badges that we could push the help button. But I would hope that there's some sort of other assistance there, because I can remember one time we had heated parents and referees. 4 male referees asked me to escort them to their car. And I thought, what am I going to do? How am I going to help you grown men? But the reality is people get emotional and sometimes out of control. So, I would hope that there would be an officer close by that we could call over and help assist. And I'd be glad to, lead the conversation or assist with the police officer with the conversation. But I would not want to go about it alone. But also I've found that there's typically at sporting events, other rational adults around, even other parents that can help calm or intervene when they see that it's just the short female administrator that might need a little bit of help too.
What about there, Mr. Administrator Referee?
Well, I'm taking all this in, and you guys are saying a lot of good things. And being somebody who's been an administrator for over 21 years, you're all right with what you're saying. And being a high school basketball coach, and being a high school basketball official, this is right up my alley. The thing is, basketball teaches us about life, and it teaches us about situations. It also brings out any sport. I don't even mean basketball, it can be anything. It brings out the best and the worst in all of us, because people are competitive, and when that happens, it can get ugly fast. But I think from the administrative standpoint, as long as we're visible at all these games and the expectations are very clear, and our coaches understand, how to control their players amongst adversity, especially close games, because you know what? Close games build character. Yet somebody has to lose, and losing isn't easy. And I'll tell you, over the years, I've gotten better at losing, because I'll tell you what, you can win from losing if you step back and take a look at the whole scenario of things. But again, things like sit next to the perpetrators. If you find the people in the crowd that are the ones who are the loudest, I would just kind of mosey on over there, sit down. How you like the game? How are things going? How's your day going? Change the subject. Remind them that the game is about kids and not about them, because there isn't a single parent going to the pros from this game. Well, the kids aren't going either. But in addition to that, I would look at the coaches to take care of their players during the whole situation to ensure that they are in control. I would look at the officials to manage the court so it doesn't escalate. And, I just kind of just put my thumb on it and just try to be out in front. I have never been in a hostile situation, but I have had to escort somebody out of a game, and I had to leave a game once as a coach for being that guy. Okay. So again, I get it from all, and now I'm an official, and now I'm a principal. I'm a role model. So guess what? Things happen, but you gotta learn from them and then step back and say, okay, how can we become better people, better role models? Josh, how about you?
That's one of the things that in my former life in a high school level, the priority for me was to always attend the rivalry games, away games, not at home, away games, because that's where really people, I have no idea. Your fans, when they're away, they lose something. I don't know what's up there. They lose a cog, extra WD-40, some extra oil. I don't know what they're missing. But I'm presenting to you a scenario that I face, and it's crucial that you always know, like you said, Dean and Megan, what you said is that you sit by the area, but then come on, let's be real. You know who those parents are. Parents, those parents that speak with poison tongue, that bring that ugly black magic to the environment, and they corrode toxicity around. And so you know that you're gonna have to deal with it. It might be an away game, but the scenario I presented to you, the parents actually got in a fist fight. We're talking high school, right? Sorry, Dean, I had the pleasure of that one.
A fist fight? No, never a fist fight.
And so you had that situation, and like you said, Micaela, obviously, I'm a little bit bigger, and I could make sure that I separate the stuff. But then what does that do? That poisons the environment for all sports. So the name that goes across the chest right now becomes branded in a negative light, whether it be cross country, whether it be track, whether it be wrestling, that those are the parents that fight. So then when you start visiting other schools, security and that administrative team puts a bigger spotlight on you. Mm-hmm. So I think that's one of those situations that parents need to understand and support us, that if you have the golden rule from kindergarten, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. And just so you know, the reason it started was because one of the kids that was a point guard threw the ball away at the end of the game, and the other team got it. So our own parents started talking trash to that kid. Wow. And if you're the dad of that kid, obviously you're not going to let someone talk trash, especially within your own team. So those are the things I think that, like we said, Megan, go sit right there. Make sure none of us in Texas have panic buttons. I don't know about the rich people in Massachusetts.
Got a high tolerance for ignorance now. I've been around a long time.
But none of us have that. And I'm just saying we need to sit there, but also when we have those target, and when I say target, I'm saying those parents that you have to deal with it on Monday morning.
Yeah. I left out one thing that's a vital piece of this whole thing. Have a videotape in your gym. And because, the next day when you pull in that parent and just say, I want you to sit back for a minute. I want you to just watch this. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to backtrack and come through and talk about the behavior, because seeing your behavior in action really makes it real. And when you can do that, I think most people who are rational just go they just melt in the chair and say, you know what? I got caught up in a moment. I did something I shouldn't have done. And again, it goes back to the adage that sports brings out the best and the worst in each and every one of us. So again, it's something that we have to teach our kids, that winning and losing is part of life.
Megan, you have anything to add?
We had a parent, one of our parents, same situation last week at a wrestling match at home, who got into a fist fight with an opposing coach. And when we watched it on the film, I was not on duty that night. One of our male administrators was there, 6'7", played college football administrator, thank goodness. But it was one of those, I appreciated so much what Ranesia said about being present and being calm and knowing what's going on, getting all your facts. But then also the parent, when he sat down and watched that film, he was embarrassed. But when emotions run high, sometimes it gets it can escalate very quickly. It can get out of control. So there's so many components to kind of piece together in that situation. But I hope I'm never in it.
You know, one other thing I want to say, and I'll back away and let everybody else talk here, is we talked about de-escalation from a basketball official standpoint. When a coach goes high and a parent goes high, you come low. You use your body language, your posture, the way that you respond. If you fight fire with fire, you know what happens. All of a sudden, you've got an explosion. So again, you say cooler heads prevail in situations like this. It's absolutely correct. Just because I'm wearing the stripes doesn't give me the authority to be able to arrest you and throw you into jail. It gives me the authority to manage the moment and manage a game, and then try to manage people. So again, that's what we do as school leaders. We manage people, we manage situations, and we try to look for positive outcomes in everything that we do. So again, not easy, but very important to know.
Ranesia?
I really believe in, I'm not an advocate for breaking up fights, or if I can't command the situation with my words and my presence, I always seek help. But I think that circle back, what I like to hear is that, when you brought the parent in, to circle back. But again, you remaining calm, keeping kids the main thing, and operating in integrity and professionalism, even when those around you are not. I think it prevails. There will be problems, but when you finish, what did you model? Were you modeling professionalism? Were you modeling good character? Because you cannot manage the behavior of adults, but you can set expectations for events on your campus.
Micaela?
Right. And that, I mean, we have processes where we could, in that follow-up meeting, issue a formal warning to that parent, and focus on, your child wants you there to see, to see them play. And this kind of behavior will eventually, one more occurrence, lead to you not being able to even come to campus to see your child play any more games. And how would your child feel about that? So you kind of flip it, and hopefully that helps in settling the parent down.
It's kind of embarrassing for a child to watch their parents be kicked out.
Oh yeah.
It's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In closing thoughts on, as an administrator, 10, 15 seconds. What advice you got to give out there to everybody when it comes down to sporting events? We know that it's common sense, but sometimes common sense is not common, because we keep on seeing these altercations. Yes or no? They're not getting easier. They're getting more complex and bigger with social media. So what piece of advice do you have? It's just like singing a song. Let's hear it. So maybe it sticks right here in the middle. Micaela.
As the administrator, know that somebody's probably recording your reaction to said event. And so your demeanor, your tone, what you say will be seen by others.
Ranesia.
Visible leadership matters. Operate in integrity, and kids deserve the very best of you.
Megan.
Respond, don't react. I think both of those points, that you've got to take a moment to take a step back, really see what's going on, get the full picture, and have a thoughtful response to what's going on, not just a reaction that could absolutely be recorded and shared later.
Dean.
It's a kid's game. Remember that they're kids. They're kids. We have a responsibility to uphold the highest level of integrity to make sure that they can have an opportunity to experience. It's not about you anymore, parents. Relax, enjoy your kids, because the journey of growing up is short and sweet. Try to enjoy every moment you can, because it goes by quickly.
And that is office hours. Thank you, Ranesia.
Josh, what about you? You're not getting out of this. What about you? Your advice. Come on, man.
I apologize. Always live by the same rules that we've learned in communities, is to always care for each other, appreciate each other. Doesn't matter what colors that you wear. We're all in the same team, the kid team. The special support of parents to child team, support to coach team. We're all under the same umbrella. Whenever we're those 60 minutes, 45 minutes, the 2-minute wrestling match, whatever it might be, we're all there to support our kids, because they put in a lot of time. The coaches put in a lot of time, and we're nobody to defame or deface that hard work that the coaches and the kids do. So put in the time, positive, be loving, be supportive. And if you got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. So thank you very much, Dean, Megan, Micaela, Ranesia. Thank you. That is the end of office hours. But Dean, don't forget the flagship show 7
Sunday night.
p.m. this
What
Sunday.
time, Josh? Josh, what time?
7 p.m. Eastern time. Join us. Thank you very much for being here. And that is the close of office hours. Thank you very much, everybody.
Have a great week, everybody. Remember, kids come first with everything you do. Be well. Hang on, Cass. We'll be